I stopped hemming my sister's costumes the week she told the theater she sews. So my sister Dana joined this community theater group last spring, and she volunteered for the costume crew. Which, okay fine, except Dana can't sew, like at all. She once tried to fix a button and ended up sewing the shirt to her jeans. I'm not kidding, but I've been sewing since I was 12. I make most of my own clothes. I do alterations for people on the side, the whole thing. So when she came to me all excited like, I signed up for costumes, can you help me a little? I said sure, because that's what you do for family, I guess. A little turned into everything. She'd show up at my apartment with garbage bags full of fabric and a list of what the director wanted. Hems, waistlines taken in, a whole cape with an actual lining, this one Victorian dress that took me 3 weekends. I'd do it, she'd drive it back to the theater. I honestly didn't mind at first. I liked seeing my work on stage, even if nobody knew it was mine. Then my mom mentions at dinner that Dana's been getting all this praise. Everyone says she's so talented, she goes. The director told her she has a real gift, and I kind of laughed and said, you mean I have a gift? And my mom looked at me confused and said, no honey Dana, she told everybody she's been sewing for years. So that's the week I found out. She wasn't saying her sister helped. She wasn't saying anything about me at all. She told the whole theater she was the seamstress. I called her that night. I said, Dana, are you telling people you're making these costumes? And there was this pause, and then she goes, I mean, I'm managing them. It's basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. I'm bent over a machine until midnight, and she's managing. I said, it's not the same thing and you know it. And she got all defensive like, why does it matter who gets the credit? We're a team. Suddenly it's we. So I stopped. Next bag of fabric she brought over, I just didn't touch it. She texted me 2 days later, did you start the soldier uniforms? I wrote back, no, you're the seamstress, you do them. She called me immediately. You can't be serious, opening night is in 2 weeks. I said, then you'd better get sewing. She showed up at my door crying, full crocodile tears. Please, I'll tell them the truth, I promise. Just help me get through this show. And I almost caved, honestly, but I'd heard her promise stuff before. I said, tell them the truth first, then I'll think about it. She left without the fabric. She did not tell them the truth. What she did instead was go on the theater's Facebook group and post that she was so overwhelmed with the workload and needed volunteers who actually know how to sew, making it sound like she was drowning in her own genius. A couple people commented offering to help. None of them could actually sew either. Opening night came and went. I didn't go. My mom did, and she called me after, kind of quiet. She said half the costumes had safety pins holding them together. The Victorian dress I'd finished looked beautiful, but the stuff Dana attempted looked, in my mom's words, like a craft project gone wrong. One soldier's pants split down the back during the second act. In front of everybody. Dana's been blowing up my phone since. You did this on purpose. You embarrassed me? A real sister would have had my back. And my personal favorite, from our aunt, who got the story secondhand. You could have just quietly helped. Nobody had to know. That's the part that gets me. Nobody had to know. Everybody was fine with nobody knowing, as long as it was my hands doing the work and her face taking the bow. She came by again yesterday. No fabric this time, just her. She stood in my doorway and said, the director asked me point blank if I even sew. What do I say? And I looked at her and said, you could try the truth. I hear it's basically the same thing as managing it. She's listed as costume coordinator in the program now. The director found out who actually made the dress and asked me to design for the spring show.